Queen of Tears is becoming one of the most popular dramas in history, and it seems like Kim Ji-won and Kim Soo Hyun had a lot of fun filming it. First things first, did you know that initially Ji-won and Soo Hyun were extremely nervous around each other? That's right, during the press conference for the drama, the two revealed that they needed some time to warm up. You can imagine that things were a little bit awkward on set when filming the first few episodes, and it shows because Soo Hyun was seriously struggling to deliver his lines sometimes. He confessed that they are both very introverted people, which didn't help at all. There were times Soo Hyun stuttered in front of her, but can we blame him? Ji-won is so gorgeous she'd make anyone forget their lines. Proof of Soo Hyun's stuttering was shown in behind-the-scenes footage of episode 3 and 4. During the scene in which he and Park Sung-hoon are having a serious confrontation, Soo Hyun made the same line delivery mistake twice, causing laughter from everyone on set. After actually putting his mind to it, he managed to absolutely nail it. He made up for his little slip-ups by effortlessly picking up Ji-won in the scene after that. In the drama, Ji-won had injured her ankle, so of course she had to be carried around like a real princess. Soo Hyun managed to pull off that scene in one go, seriously impressing the people around him. As the show progressed, the two started to get more playful with each other, but despite that, they still struggled to deliver their lines without trouble. The behind-the-scenes footage of episode 11 and 12 showed a funny moment they had during dinner. The two were trying to have a serious conversation together, but they kept messing up their lines, causing laughter from all across the room. Soo Hyun and Ji-won are the perfect combination of awkward and cute because the two just love goofing around. Half the time, no one on set knows why they're interacting in the way they do. Soo Hyun feels incredibly comfortable around Ji-won, even play fighting with her while filming. They completely live in their own world and don't shy away from speaking informally to one another, showing that they've grown very fond of each other by spending so much time together. They also make sure to point out funny things to each other like they did when everyone was having dinner together. At some point, Kwak Dong-yeon prepares a skewer with meat for Ji-won and hands it over for her to eat. It kind of looks funny, so she immediately shows Soo Hyun, causing them to be the only ones at the table to laugh about it. Even when it comes to intense moments, the two just can't keep a straight face. During a more serious scene in bed, Ji-won just can't take Soo Hyun seriously. The minute he delivers his line, she bursts out in laughter. In her defense, he sounded pretty funny, so we can't blame her for laughing. She ends up playfully waving at him while uncontrollably laughing at the same time. In the end, they managed to get the scene right. It probably took them multiple takes though. Ji-won also had a moment where she messed up filming a little, but instead of paying attention to her slip-up, viewers made the clip go viral because of her unbelievable cuteness. She was having trouble delivering her lines and kept forgetting them. Instead of getting frustrated with herself, she just did egg yo every time she missed a line. Fans noticed these adorable moments and took to the internet to express their love for her cute charm. Even Soo Hyun thought this was incredibly endearing, as you could hear him laugh softly in the background. At some point during filming, Soo Hyun makes a hilarious mistake, making everyone hold their stomachs from laughter. In the behind-the-scenes clip, Ji-won is sitting on her bed, trying to rehearse her lines with Soo Hyun standing beside her. The two are practicing, and it's time for Soo Hyun to give her a glass of water. Completely distraught, he gives her an hourglass instead, confusing everyone around him. To really rub it in that he made a mistake, Ji-won decides to play along, acting like she was drinking from the hourglass. This moment had everyone shaking their heads while laughing. Soo Hyun has also proven to be quite the gentleman, both on and off screen. In episode 8, there's a scene where Hyun-woo finds Hae-in lost in the rain with no memories or an umbrella. He manages to trigger some of her memories back, which is why she quickly pulls away from him and walks out of the umbrella, getting completely soaked. In a behind-the-scenes clip, Soo Hyun immediately rushes over to Ji-won to cover her with the umbrella once they stop filming, showing just how caring he is on set. In another clip, the two are reading a book together, and although the script didn't state anywhere that Ji-won should squeeze Soo Hyun's cheeks, she did it anyway after the cameras stopped rolling, showing just how comfortable the two got around each other in such a short time. There's no denying there were many cute and caring moments behind the scenes, but filming was also incredibly laughter-inducing, especially when it comes to the physical scenes. At some point, the cast has to film a complicated fighting sequence that looks extremely goofy when it's not edited properly. Soo Hyun clearly has no problem completing his own action scenes, but even to him it was all a little funny. Only he can perform a fighting choreography and then break into egg-yo right after. There's another really amusing moment between Soo Hyun, Ji-won, and Song-hoon. In the drama, Hyun-woo and Eun-sung are chasing each other. Although the real scene was incredibly nerve-wracking, the behind-the-scenes footage is anything but that. Their little chase looked so hilarious, to the point everyone on set was laughing at them. Fans pointed out that Ji-won must be tired of dealing with Soo Hyun and Song-hoon together, as they're probably the most unserious duo out there. It only took them like 4 tries, but eventually they managed to pull it off. We also seriously have to point out Soo Hyun's great acting abilities, because did you know that his drunk dialogue from episode 1 is actually completely improvised? Not only that, it's also a homage to Ji-won's role in Fight for My Way. In the scene, Soo Hyun holds a whole drunken speech, crying it out in the most hilarious way ever. This scene left such a strong impression on viewers, it immediately went viral. Shockingly enough, Netflix decided to share the behind-the-scenes footage of this particular moment, revealing that it was made up by Soo Hyun on the spot. He managed to catch the production team by surprise with how flawless his delivery was. In his drunken state, Hyun-woo goes on a rant, stating that he only got married because he's cute. He then says something along the lines of, "I was born like this," which is a playful reference to Ji-won's iconic line, "I was born pretty" and "Fight for My Way." This isn't the only crossover that happened between dramas, because the crew also unintentionally made a reference to My Love from the Star, which was Soo Hyun's big breakthrough drama. Funnily enough, Ji-won wore a cardigan that looked identical to the cardigan Soo Hyun wore in My Love from the Star. Fans of both shows thought this was a super funny detail, and even joked that Soo Hyun kept that sweater for all those years to give it to his on-screen wife. This sweater is now officially a couple item the two share. Throughout the drama, Soo Hyun didn't shy away from improvising some more, and demonstrated his mastery of ad-libbing quite a few times. There was one extremely funny moment in the drama that he made up out of thin air. During a dinner with the Hong family, tensions start to rise and Hae-in ends up hitting her brother. Quickly thinking on his feet, Soo Hyun turns to his on-screen family, reassuring them that Hae-in never hits him and is always kind. This spontaneous addition to the dialogue was nowhere to be read in the script and showed that Soo Hyun has a great sense of humor. Even the director and crew members praised him for the brilliant ad-lib, applauding his quick thinking. In the behind-the-scenes footage of episode 11 and 12, Soo Hyun once again proved that he can come up with solutions pretty quickly. At this point, he was immersed himself so much in the role of Hyun-woo that he had become him. During this scene, Hyun-woo shows Hae-in the ring he got her. Things don't go flawlessly between the two, and he's supposed to quickly put the ring back in the drawer. Things don't exactly go according to plan though, because the drawer stops working mid-filming. When he tries to open it, it just won't budge. His solution is to just put the ring on top of the drawer after violently attempting to open it, adding an even more hilarious charm to that scene. Both the crew and Ji-won can't contain their laughter, even going over to the drawer to see what's wrong with it. He also proved that sometimes trying to include an ad-lib can go completely wrong. After messing up his lines a few times, Soo Hyun decides to take on a scene for the 3rd time. He was supposed to look Ji-won in the eyes, yet he couldn't resist the temptation to glance slightly lower, attempting to experiment with an ad-lib. He got a little too overconfident, because as soon as he did that, he found himself overwhelmed and flustered by the situation, randomly bursting out in laughter. Ji-won and the staff couldn't contain their amusement either, ending up laughing along with him yet again.